Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Today we're doing a product comparison on 4 market leading lightweight ceramics. Which one is going to come out on top? Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. We have 4 lightweight ceramic car protection products from leading brands: Carpro Lite, TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight, Adams Spray Coating, and running out of hands, Gyeon Can Coat. The first, the most important thing, there are tons of companies now offering SiO2 or ceramic sprays. The products that I am featuring in this video are different from those products. Most of the stuff on the market is a water-based version of SiO2 that's mixed in with traditional siloxanes and wax emulsions and stuff like that, which is a kind of consumer-friendly, safer type product, water-based. These products down here, these lightweight ceramics, are not the same thing, which is very important. These are, I believe, genuine ceramic materials that contain a higher amount of carrier, which makes them easier to apply, but once they've cured, less durable than full-blown ceramics. We'll talk about later on. Let's get stuck into this testing. Test 1, slickness or low friction, guys. We feel the panels with the backs of our hands, but we also do a tilt test with these brand new magic erasers, and the one with the lowest friction to the surface wins. In last place was the Adams Spray Coating. Second to last place, Carpro Lite. In second place, Gyeon Can Coat, and the winner and the most slickest was TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight. If I'd had to guess by the feel, I would have given it to TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight or Gyeon Can Coat. The other two were slightly less slick in my opinion, and the tilt table backed that up. Next up, guys, is gloss reading. You know the drill by now. We use the Row Point IQ. We measure average 20-degree gloss. The panel is prepped using a finishing polish. It's degreased. We then apply the products and leave those products for 24 hours. We have consistent gloss across those panels before we test. We take 10 readings per section afterwards and compare the averages. The average reading is compared between what's called the 20-degree gloss measurement, which is a reading I use if the gloss is over 70 units, it's more accurate. And we test R-spec, which is a fine, precise, narrow bandwidth peak gloss reading. And then I take the average of both of those readings, which gives me one figure, and the one with the highest wins, and we sort them down. So in last place, guys, was Gyeon Can Coat with an overall average of 88. Its gloss reading average was 94.6, and its R-spec reading average was 81.4. So it's a little bit low on R-spec, which was interesting. High on gloss though. In next place, third place, was Carpro Lite with an average of 88.1. That is close enough that I'm actually tying both of these in joint third or joint last, if you want to call it that. Its R-spec was 83.6 and its average gloss was 92.6. So it's virtually the same as Can Coat. In second place, with an average of 90.7, was TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight with 94.2 average 20-degree gloss and 87.1 average R-spec. In first place, with very impressive gloss readings, was Adams Spray Coating with 96.4, which is a little step up, and it was there consistently as well. And the same sort of R-spec readings as Moonlight, but the highest, 87.8. But very impressive gloss on the Adams one. So an overall average of 92.1. So that picked up the most points in the gloss test. Next up, we are measuring Haze. The lowest Haze, the better. 0 is perfect conditions, obviously. In last place, with 8.2 units of Haze, was TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight. That was followed by Gyeon Can Coat with 7.7 units of Haze. And in joint first place was Carpro and Adams with 7.4 units of Haze, both of them. Very close across the board here, guys. Very, very close. In fact, all these products look reasonably similar. Gloss levels were reasonably similar. Haze levels were reasonably similar, with some slight differences. Not much in it with these ones, but results are results. So there you go. Let's move on now to testing water behaviour. The next test is the level of hydrophobicity, or rapid water repellency, or beading. They all kind of add up to the same thing. In joint last place was Carpro Lite and Adams spray coating. They're repellent products. You can see them throw the water off, but when I'm looking at the speed, as I've talked about on other videos, they are not as reactive as the two other products. In next place, I've put TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight, so that's come second effectively. And in first place, Gyeon Can Coat. It is very close between TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight and Gyeon Can Coat on the water behaviour. Very close, but I think I've got a good eye for it, that Can Coat edges it. Next up, guys, the durability testing. I wanted to do this quickly because the past ones I've done when it's cold have taken me all day, and I've been hitting them after hitting them with chemicals and just nothing's happening. So I wanted to hit them with 4 different chemicals and hit them very hard. First thing I did, guys, was just a hit with Surfex HD, which is an all-purpose cleaner, water-based degreaser at 10:1. These products should be able to withstand that. It's like a sanity check for me, because this is used to kind of clean exterior. You can use it as like a pre-wash if you want, to get off road film and stuff like that. What happened when I used this, guys? The Adams product was slowed down the most. The other ones were not really affected that much. The Carpro Lite seemed completely unaffected. Moonlight and Can Coat maybe slowed down a little bit, but the Adams one slowed down quite a lot, and I'm thinking, right, okay, that's probably going to be the one with the lowest durability. I then went on to the next test, and the next test was using the Garage Therapy Decon Wash shampoo. I just wanted to speed it up because I've used this at its normal concentration of about 200:1, and it would take me a long time to impact these products. So I just used it neat on the brush. I'm putting a thick film of neat Decon Wash on the panel, which is incredibly strong. So it's really going to hammer these products, and I'm leaving it there for about 3 or 4 minutes as well. After the Decon Wash, interestingly, TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight and Gyeon Can Coat got hit the most. And the Adams one that slowed down from the APC had come back a little bit. And the and the Carpro Lite was fine, almost unaffected, flying away. So that was the results after the Decon Wash. Next test was hitting them with Built Hamber Corosol, which was an iron fallout remover. Basically, guys, there was no impact, no significant reduction in water behaviour after hitting them with the iron fallout remover, which is kind of what I'd expect. So then finally, I moved on to hitting them with a mixture of about 30% IPA and water and a tiny little bit of detergent, which is like my homemade kind of panel wipe, and put that on, left that to dwell for about 3 or 4 minutes while I'm having a cup of coffee, and then rinsed off. And I'm trying to wipe down as well with a microfiber towel just to make sure I give the panel a buff as well. And the final results, guys, and overall on durability, I think in last place was TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight, but pretty much joint last as well was Gyeon Can Coat. They were both performing exactly the same. After that, the Adams spray coating, and the clear winner and the product I think with the most durability in this test was the Carpro Lite product. Very important note, the TAC SYSTEMS product and the Gyeon Can Coat, I've had this TAC SYSTEMS product for about 2 years, and the Gyeon Can Coat for maybe 1.5 years or something like that. They are old products, guys. So in an ideal world, I would be going and buying new products for all of these tests, but I can't afford to. So it is what it is. So the best I can do is tell you about the conditions. These other products are relatively new. That could play a factor. Although with the Carpro Lite product, I suspect it's higher in solids and closer to a real ceramic coating. So I think the durability results, I'd expect Carpro to be the most durable out of all these products. Potentially Moonlight and Can Coat would be, if they were brand spanking new, not so old, maybe they'd be closer to the Adams. There wasn't that much in it. Next up, value for money. This is easy. In last place, Carpro Lite. It costs 35 quid for 150 ml. That translates to a price per litre of around £233. In next place, is Gyeon Can Coat, which is £33 for 200ml, which translates roughly to a price per litre of £165. In second place is Adams Spray Coating, which is around £50 for 335ml, which translates to a price per litre of around £150. And the winner in value for money is TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight, which is around £35 for 250ml, which translates to a price per litre of £140. You will get out of this 250ml at least 10 to 15 full applications on cars, making this fantastic value for money for an entry-level lightweight ceramic type product. Next thing guys, ease of application, very important. This is very simple. Adams, TAC and Can Coat, I would have no preference over the installation of these products. They're all nice and easy to spread, easy to buff, a piece of cake to use. The Carpro Lite product just feels slightly thicker, but it is still, compared to normal ceramics, very, very smooth. So if you like, I put these three in joint first and this one second, but they all, like I say, it's very important to say, they are very, very easy to apply. There's not one of them I have a problem with. What I'm looking for is sticky coatings that, when you buff them, leave like smears and high spots that after they've set and you get the light on them, you can see. No problems with any of these products. They buff beautifully and they spread beautifully, so they're nice to use. Just a slight difference, so like I say, these three pick up the max points and that one comes second. Finally guys, packaging. I'm of the opinion you need to be very careful when you handle these products generally, because they contain, in my opinion, genuine inorganic liquid silane, I believe, some form of ceramic at a lower concentration. So you should be wearing gloves, you should consider wearing eye protection, and you should definitely, I think, be wearing a mask. I do not like the idea of atomizing and spraying these products around. When you spray them as well, guys, these products set hard like concrete and they do ruin the spray triggers. So the packaging is actually quite an important thing, guys. In joint last place, I've put Adams and Gyeon because I can only spray them and I don't want to spray these products if, in fact, the sprayer for my Gyeon thing is broken and the sprayer for the Adams one will break. So I have to now try and tip the Gyeon product out and use it, which is, it could go everywhere and stuff like that. So I haven't got an easy way of applying it. I don't know if that's changed now. There is a lid for it, but the Gyeon product is now difficult for me to apply. The Adams one, again, I'm going to have the same problem if that trigger marks up. I'm going to have to get another trigger or try and tip this product out, which is a nightmare. The Carpro one, they've got the right idea. You can take the lid off, it's got a locking lid, and you can dribble it out onto your applicator. If you do try and squeeze the Carpro one, it can squeeze off at a weird angle, so you might have to wait a little bit. It's like trying to get the old ketchup out of a glass ketchup bottle. Can be a bit of a pain. But the TAC SYSTEMS one has the perfect bottle. You just flick the lid off. It comes out at a perfect pace. You close the lid and it seals it. And even if you go and use it 6 months later, yes, it's a bit crusted up from all the silica drying, but it does open and away you go. It's the best bottle. And it is important that, because I'm now looking for a lid for these other products so that when I can use them next time, I can actually use them. So I thought it was worth having a category for that. So that was the marks on kind of packaging. Finally guys, I was also trying to do a test to see which ones had the most solids in them. So I applied all the products out on test slides, and I also kept the little applicators to see which ones were the stiffest. But I realise I think this test is a fail and invalid, so I'm not going to include it, because it's the amount of product that you get into the applicator that's going to really be the deciding factor. I would imagine, or Carpro advertises 45% SiO2. I would imagine this one is actually perhaps the highest in solids based on what I'm seeing with durability, but I have no way of accurately testing that from either the slides or by looking at the stiffness of those applicators. It's not reliable. That is it guys. Let's add up the overall points. The product with the least amount of points was the Carpro Lite with 21. Next was Gyeon Can Coat with 22. After that with 23 was Adams Spray Coating, and in first place with 24 was TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight. So this is the cheapest product in this test, not by a significant amount. It's the slickest, it's the second most glossiest, but it is the least durable along with Gyeon Can Coat. It comes in the best packaging and it is very stable. This one, which picked up the least amount of points, is the most expensive. That's what cost it, but it is the most durable. If you are looking for the closest thing to a real ceramic in this test, it is this one. A very nice, lightweight ceramic product with improved durability over these other ceramics. You get less of it for your money though. After that, Can Coat and Adams. Well, it's quite simple. If you want the glossiest one in this test, you buy the Adams. If you want the most hydrophobic one, you buy the Gyeon Can Coat. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Been really looking forward to doing this test for a long time. I try not to sit on the fence, and that's why I do the points thing, to give you a recommendation. But on this one, all three of these lightweight products are kind of offering you more or less the same thing. And the Carpro one, as I've said, is getting you one step closer, I think, to the ceramics with a bit more solids and a bit more durability. Virtually as easy to apply. The main thing is it's a little bit more expensive, but this is a good viable starting ceramic coating if you're really worried about misapplication. It's a doddle to use. These are even easier to apply and probably even easier to remove and might not last as long. Any of these products will do, guys. Buy the one from the manufacturer you like the most. TAC SYSTEMS Moonlight is the one that I'm perhaps going to continue to recommend to people, because I know as well after nearly 2 years that it still works. I've got a sneaky suspicion if this was brand new it would probably last a little bit longer, but they're all brilliant products. You can use these lightweight ceramics as baseline sealants. You can use them to protect your alloys. You can use them on trim. Some people tell me they use them on glass. I don't tend to use anything on glass. But they can do anything, and you get tons of product for your money. And they're very much easier to apply. They're smoother to spread and very smooth to buff. You can get a really nice finish with them, very repellent on application. And then you can maintain them and top them up with your favourite kind of water-based products, you know, your Gyeon wet coats or your Quartz Max or whatever products you want to use to maintain them, or just detail sprays after each wash. So I think that if you've not tried them, guys, and you've been a wax and sealant person, I hope this review was really useful. Let me know in the comments if you've used these products, or what you think about them, what you think on the subject of lightweight ceramics in general. The key thing is just be aware, handle them with a little bit of respect, these products, and you'll be fine. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This is Forensics Detailing channel. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and check out our Patreon page if you like the type of reviews here. You can support the channel for a very small amount of money, which helps me continue to do this. Thanks for watching, and all the products are available in the description. Take care, and I can't wait for summer, guys. It's freezing doing these videos. I'll see you later. Bye for now.
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone. Where was I when you